national chairman of Africa's largest party, the All Progressive.
The Coordination Officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress Presidential Primaries for Cross River State. Hereby.
Come on for front. Shine to you. Shared.
Are you paying attention? Yes, pay attention.
Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, it's my rare privilege as a party chairman to celebrate your victory. The party members across the country, they've spoken loud and clear. Today we are presenting to you the flag and certificate of return. The flag is not a symbol of the party alone. It's a symbol of hope of millions of Nigerians, not just party members alone, from ordinary farmers, like in my village in Dungun. There's not known to anybody. These farmers, their hope today is renewed. To traders in Lagos, Kano, or the streets of Maiduguri and other places, today, their hope is also looking up to you. I have a singular honor to invite Mr. President it's my singular honor to present this certificate, which is the voices of millions of the APC supporters across the country. Over 10 million represents this certificate of return. Your Excellency, congratulations. Having been returned as a candidate of our party, Your Excellency, with your selection by overwhelming members of our party, we are sure of victory in 2027. I present to you the symbol of our party, symbol of unity, symbol of common prosperity of this country. To you, congratulations, Mr. President.
Thank you very, very much. Please be seated. Well, I won't be wrong if I start. The protocol with our dear father, elderly Tanko Yakasai, with your age over 100, you are here some years back, and you are one of the great minds that started the endorsement of a one Lagos boy, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And for you, being here tonight touches the soul of every one of us here. Thank you for being here. May God bless you. The Senate President, the Speaker, House of Representatives, executive governors of our great party, all of you served as returning officers. The national chairman of our great party. Maybe one day you will take me to that village of yours in Plateau State. Members of the National Working Committee of our party. Members of the Executive Council. Former APC National Chairman. Present members of National and State Assemblies. Members of state working committees. Let me, at this stage again, pay a special attention to my friend and his team, Senator Pius Ayim Pius, and another brother, Aminu Masari, with Abu Ibrahim, and many of you there. The journey of those years that will come a long way to celebrate today is still very fresh in my mind. Thank you for your consistency, dear friends. The APC flag bearers of various elective primaries, delegates and members of great party, and people from diaspora, the second presidential aspirant, Stanley Osivo, well, congratulations for being a good sportsman. At least you earn your money. Representative of INEC, if they are here, members of diplomatic corps, other observers, members of the press, to my darling wife, ladies and gentlemen, Today we celebrate another proud moment in our democratic journey. A history not defined by any individual, but by our collective resolve to build a stable, prosperous, and just nation. 4 years ago, I stood before you as an aspirant to the highest office in our country, seeking your mandate alongside many distinguished compatriots and fellow aspirants, driven by conviction and patriotism. I recall with gratitude to Almighty Allah and all of you, how I sat that night at Eagle Square beside my friend, an ally, and a competitor then, and my predecessor, President Muhammad Buhari, of blessed memory. With your support, I emerged our party's candidate. A month later, I became the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It was a night full of anxiety, uncertainty. So many of you, some of you, particularly some of the governors, were aspirants, already elected and looking forward for re-election. Many today have changed and transited to become candidates of senatorial districts in various constituencies. And Professor Zulum was one of the supporting agents. At this stage, I must salute my Wasiri, Ibrahim Masari, Mejama. Today, I return as your incumbent president, humbled by your enduring support, encouraged by your continued confidence, and imbued with renewed passion for the task ahead. It was tough then, when we formed this party. It was Muhammadu Buhari of blessed memory and people like Al-Makura was
June 2025 to May 2026. 47 years ago, the then president of Nigeria, Shehu Shagari, dreamt of a highway stretching from Badagry to Sokoto. For decades, that vision remained only a dream, spoken about, imagined, but never realized.
You know, I have spoken on the inaugural speech on the 1st day of October and laid stress on our desire and our resolve to work for African unity and for the liberation of all the African countries which are still under the yoke of racism and imperialism.
Until the coming of one man, the audacity of a man of courage, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Today, that dream is no longer just an idea on paper. the Sokoto-Badagry Superhighway is becoming a reality, transforming connectivity, trade, and national integration across Nigeria.
Don't be afraid. We will do this road.
Every country has a road that tells its story. In Nigeria, that road is now being built. From the northern border town of Ilela to the shoreline of Badagry, the Sokoto-Badagry Superhighway is more than an engineering project. It is a national reorientation, a deliberate attempt to draw the country closer to itself through one continuous modern route, 1,068 kilometers across Sokoto, Kebbi, Niger, Kwara, Oyo, Ogun, and Lagos, across farms, rivers, markets, industries, communities, border towns, and coastlines. This road asks a simple question: what would happen if the distance between Nigeria's people began to shrink?
This road project, when completed, will go a long way in improving the socio-economic and political well-being of many communities living not only in the northwest, but the entire northern Nigeria.
If produce could move faster, if traders could reach further, if security could respond quicker, if the north, the center, and the southwest could begin to move as one connected economic system. Today, that question is no longer hidden in policy papers or drawings. It is taking shape in cleared land, in field teams, in active machinery, in concrete works, in sections that can be seen, measured, and followed. What was once a line on a map is now becoming a physical connection between Nigeria's inland strength and its coastal future. Major infrastructure does not emerge by chance. It requires clarity of vision at the highest level. Under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, connectivity has become a national priority.
Nigeria expects that you will serve with integrity, dignity, and deliver. I will hold you to that standard. We all promise Nigerians.
The administration has placed road infrastructure at the center of economic growth, food security, national integration, and regional trade. The Sokoto-Badagry route reflects that philosophy. It is not simply a road. It is a statement that Nigeria's internal arteries deserve the same attention as its ports, airports, and borders. The president's directive did not only authorize construction, it raised the standard. Build a road that lasts. Build a road that performs. Build a road that can elevate every community it touches. For a project of this scale, funding is not a background issue. It is the force that turns national ambition into visible delivery. The continued financing of the Sokoto-Badagry Superhighway shows a clear decision at the highest level of government that infrastructure must be treated as an engine of productivity, not just a public expense. This is where leadership becomes visible, not only in what is announced, but in what is sustained. In the mobilization of equipment, in the workers on site, in the sections already advancing, and in a national project moving from commitment into construction. The translation of this vision into engineering has been led by the Ministry of Works. Senator David Umahi, Minister of Works, brings to the project both political leadership and civil engineering knowledge. Under his supervision, the rigid pavement design, durability, structural longevity, and value for money have shaped the technical direction of the highway.
And I want to assure you that before the end of 2026, your 120 kilometer times 2 will be totally completed by high-tech. And like the director said, even before we came here to adjust technically the final level, we've already started it. And if you look at our back, you see the high level that high-tech is adopting. And we pleaded with you that we don't want to vary the project. We know it's quite challenging in terms of the unit rate, but we will continue to manage with you. After all, you've been a very progressive partner in our nation building. So I want to thank you. What I have directed is that for water's sake, we have to review the design. I have directed that the median, which is 6 meters, should be reduced, and then we put new jersey in it. And also the height of the project is now increased. It's been adjusted through the reduced levels and then the benchmarks, and this will help. And again, they have to reduce the stone base, and then increase, the stabilization of the earth, and that will be most durable.
Contribution by the federal government and innovative financing to ensure that
Thank you so much.
The only candidate of the CPC governor standing. We discussed all those nights. In the year 2022, I won around to chart a new course, a new direction of our party and our nation. Today, our task is to affirm that continuity, which is essential. To consolidate the reform, to work harder for prosperity, to bring that hope home to our people, and work harder to ensure Nigeria's prosperity that we long expected is here with us. I accept with profound humility and profound gratitude the nomination of our great party, the All Progressive Congress, to stand again as your presidential candidate in the 2027 election. I thank all the party leadership. I was glued to the television screen after participating in my own ward yesterday, watching the process. I saw what you did. I saw the rally in Kano. I saw the mammoth crowd in Kaduna. I saw the turnout. I saw the city boy walking the street of Calabar. It was a very good feeling to see there was no bloodshed, no rancor. This is politics in earnest. This is where we want Nigeria. United, happy, facing one direction of hope, prosperity, and joy. It is our time to dream and work hard. I thank the leadership, the national chairman, your committee, the entire members of the electoral process committee, the steadfast support and sacrifices of Nigerians across the country. I salute all of you. From all walks of life, you've given me the encouragement. Sometimes it is difficult, and I share the pain with you. I know what it is to reform this economy that was in tatters. If you lost sleep, I lost some too. If you have lost weight, I think I've lost some too. But I've always remembered one thing, that year 2022, I asked for this job, and you all supported me, and I got it. So I must do it. Since that night, a lot has changed. The political landscape has evolved. Electoral reform has strengthened the credibility of our democratic process. Voting patterns and expectations are shifting. Thank you, all of you. You changed the landscape. Looking at the figure that you return. Where's my certificate? Well, let me get back to the thought process. Here is it. I thank you very much. Our economy has undergone significant structural reform, supported by new tax laws and fiscal policies that have boosted revenue collection for the Federation. We promise to remove financial barriers to higher education for our youth. Yes, we have established the Nigerian Education Loan Fund with over 282 billion disbursed and over 1.5 million beneficiaries in school. We promise an improved power supply.
We expect that road to last over 100 years. By improving our airports and seaports, after decades of neglect, we have reformed the oil and gas sector, and we are attracting billions of dollars fresh investment in a sector that was almost comatose. Our social investment and human capital program targets vulnerable households, youth, women, and small businesses. At this stage, I must pause to thank my darling wife, standing beside me, for her effort in supporting the program of this government. Rekindling, renewing, and working seriously to help the vulnerable and infant. In addition, we are reclaiming our national values and efforts anchored on unity and unbroken bonds of togetherness. While our funding and now revised national anthem recognizes our diversity, it reminds us of the work we need to do to forge a stronger and a more perfect union. Though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand. As Nigerians, we must continue to stand together for our country against all forces that seek to divide us. If we try, but we must be firm, be together. Be our brother's keeper. Yes, challenges remain. Many Nigerians still struggle with rising costs and economic adjustment. We do not dismiss these concerns. We understand them and govern not in comfort, but in reality, with honesty and action. It might be tedious, hard, what else? We are not made for easy rules. We want to be free, prosperity, and a better life to our children yet unborn. We are paying the price now. Laying the foundation. I must also acknowledge the security challenges still confronting in many parts of our beloved nation. I assure you that I take seriously the responsibility to safeguarding the lives and property of every Nigerian. Our government has intensified efforts to strengthen our security architecture, support our brave armed forces and the police, and forge stronger partnership with local communities. We win the battle against banditry. We will not rest until we restore peace, stability to every corner of our country. Our resolve is unwavering. Our goal is clear. In Nigeria where citizens can live, work, and aspire without fear. As leaders and members of this great party, we should all be proud of what we have achieved for our country since our party took over governance in 2015. And of the outstanding economic progress we have recorded in the last 3 years of my administration. However, the work we began is unfinished. In accepting this nomination, I renew my commitment to serve our nation with even greater determination. With another 4 years of disciplined focus and national cooperation, we will firmly place Nigeria on an irreversible path of economic expansion, industrialization, energy security, infrastructure development, food sovereignty, and democratic consolidation. Our mission remains clear: to build a Nigeria where every life, including property, is secure, where enterprises thrive, where workers earn with dignity, where young people find opportunity, and where farmers prosper, and where every Nigerian, regardless of background, can dream big and succeed well. To those who may disagree with us politically, we extend a hand of partnership in nation building. You might be angry with our partner. We don't have to agree. We don't feel divine with our philosophy. We offer a dialogue and engagement, not anger. Confident that the sincerity of our purpose and the result of our work will speak for themselves. Democracy is sustained not by uniformity. We don't have to agree, but by diversity, by a shared belief in the nation and the blending of ideas. I hold you no grudge, including Joseph who spent his money. Let us come together as Nigerians, from north to south, east to west, to consolidate our dreams, tackle our
elected, nominated as the party's presidential candidate. Thank you, Mr. Ashman.
This position. The sitting president, key criminal leaders, restoring safety across affected regions.
We are sure of victory in 2027. I present you the symbol of our party, symbol of unity, symbol of common prosperity of this country. To you, congratulations, Mr. President.
I don't know.
Stand up for the champion.
Thank you.